right, we're here for another incredible day. So we have audited all of Chris's business. You're going to get to meet her in just a second, but she owns the Food Bookkeeper. So it is a bookkeeping company for restaurants and cafes and even bars. So you're going to get to hear a little bit more about the business from Chris. And then today you're going to get to see, we have audited so much more than just her ads. So we have audited her ads, and there are some things I'm going to show her later. And I think she's going to be really excited for some just opportunities. We're going to refilm her videos today on her sales page. We're going to look at her funnel. There's so much we're going to dive into, but I'll let Chris tell you just a little bit more about her experience and her business.
Hello, I'm Chris Adams. Again, I own the Food Bookkeeper. I am a former restaurant owner who then sold her businesses to start this bookkeeping agency where we only work with clients in the food and beverage industry.
All right, so today's going to be a great day. We're going to jump in, and it's going to be magical. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, let's do it. If there's something powerful when you get like a Sharpie.
Exactly.
All right, so there's a few things we're going to do. We're going to start with an audit of almost all the pages on your website. So as we go through your website, it's going to prompt us to talk about your funnel and a few things we might want to change about it. And then we're also going to look at your social media and kind of a little bit of your brand on social media. We have some ideas for you there. And then normally those changes get us through about lunchtime. So then we'll break and have some lunchtime. And then we'll come back and we are going to film your 2 videos at minimum. We may make a third. We'll see about timing. But we're definitely going to do 2 sales page videos. What we might end up doing is also filming a show up video. So getting people to show up to the call. So once they've booked the call, having a video, it's like, hey, I just want to remind you, here's exactly what you're going to get on the call. Can't wait to see you. So we may end up doing 3, and that third,
I need that.
as long as there's time, would be a show up. And Robert actually filmed one for us, but I think we're going to have enough time to make you a show up video too. And then Robert just edits these, sends them to you. It takes like less than 30 days. You'll get all the edited versions of these, typically sooner, but that's our goal so that we can make sure it's edited and ready. And then after that, we're going to go to your ads, and we've dug into Google and Meta. We may draw on this board later, so I may erase all this, but this is our agenda for the day. And then at the end, we're going to do some Mexican and have a little dinner. It'll be an early dinner because we'll end around 5, and then we have a little reservation over there. Because by 5, all of our brains will be like,
So then how at the end do you start to sell it? Like, or what am I saying, now let's talk about my services, or how?
You have, it's a great question. You have a little bit of hesitation when it's time to sell. Is that true?
Probably.
Yeah. Why do you think that is?
Well, you mean like in the masterclass?
Yeah. Like, do you feel uneasy when you're like, okay, now I need to sell them before?
No, it's just that I feel like it's hard because everything is customized as far as, is this a restaurant where you're walking up to the counter and it's like a Starbucks, no alcohol, you know what I mean? Is it a full service restaurant? So I don't know really how to talk about, each client is different, each price point is different. So it's hard to sell like on something that's so general. And that's just, I need ideas about how to do that.
We can help. Half the room was listening to me, and the other half was kind of like distracted. And Macy like said, "Hey, everybody," and like stopped the whole thing. I was like, "Ashley, will you pause real quick?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Will you tell them why to listen to you?" And then I was like, "Oh, I just had $1 million launch." And then everybody shut their laptops, they shut their phone, and they're like, and that's honestly, I've never seen that. Like, it was actually like it was weird how like people actually started paying attention. That is human behavior. Mm-hmm. So when you establish that at the beginning, it's like, hey, I'm here today. I've managed this many $1 million of bookkeeper, like total revenues that you've seen pass through. I bet that's a big number.
Yeah.
Total revenue numbers. This many years, I owned a restaurant. I've done this, and I've helped my clients save X amount of dollars. Like, and so after doing all of that, that's the credibility, relatability, owned a restaurant too. And so today what I want to do is what I wish I had when I first started the restaurant, which was like really thinking about what are these specific things that could reduce profitability. And so then you say, and so it's all about profit today because that's all you care about. So I can guarantee today that you're going to walk away with 3 things that really could fix the leaks in your bucket. And I could see you, I'm going to draw it. I could see you having a whiteboard and being like, hey, do you ever feel like you're on this boat? This is your restaurant. And like everybody's pretty happy at the restaurant. and like there's food's going, like it's pretty busy actually a lot of times. So like you're making progress. You're going from point A to point B. But do you feel like sometimes as you get to point B, it's like it slows down and you're like, there's a leak somewhere in this boat and I have no idea. Like we're making progress, but it feels like it's like weighing down. I feel like we're getting lower to the water. Like what is happening? And so you could say, you, the captain, you're over here doing all these things in the business and you have a job, right? Well, someone's job has to be figuring out what that leak is. And so you could do some sort of analogy or an example of like, is it the ingredients? Is it the waste wasn't being tracked properly? Was it the aprons being used? Like, you don't know, but like you could give these examples of little leaks that people don't realize and just sell them on the fact that you're so busy, you can't see it. There's money going in and out. What if one thing could change everything when it comes to the profitability of your business?
Oh my gosh, I love it already. I love it already.
I'm so glad.
And I think I'm going to like do that. Like get on grease board.
Do that. Imagine like how many employees do you have? And he's like 10. It's like great. And then what type of food do you serve? This perfect. Okay, so then you can like start making examples in the back. And you're like, all right, so Bob has this and it's Tuesday, you do an analogy, and then you say, Bob, would you agree that if someone looked at all of this, and changed this, and this, that you'd likely be able to get more profit back in your business? And he would say, yes, just like you are right now. He would say yes. And you could say that is the very thing that we get to do when we work together.
Yeah.
Yes.
Overall, across all of your pages, I like your homepage style the best because it includes logos, so trusted by restaurants like yours.
Yes.
That's the only place I saw those logos, so I would love to see them on other pages, like your masterclass page, things like that, to build that credibility if someone doesn't just take the time to go through your homepage. Okay, and then this is just a side note, but I would love to see some long-form content. We talked about getting your YouTube up and running more.
Can we show
but
some?
Yes.
Okay, good.
An idea I had was to do something where you filmed like the process of working with a business owner from start to finish. So like having, I know that the person is in the Philippines, but maybe hiring like an intern or somebody that you could have with you in person and walk you through like the setup of getting the masterclass started, like while you're teaching the masterclass online. Then when you end up booking with someone, then working through that with them and then kind of showing that beginning to end process. So I don't know if you've ever seen Kitchen Nightmares. I think that would be really cool to do because, he's going into the kitchens and he's like completely like destroying them and revamping them and it's great TV, but I think it would be cool to have that long form for YouTube.
So we're about to go to lunch, and when we come back, we have 4 different scripts that we're going to map out. So we've trained our AI so brilliantly to be able to create a script for a sales page video or a thank you page video while incorporating Chris and her branding and her messaging. So when we get back from lunch, we're going to use the AI, build out these 4 scripts, and then Chris is going to become so stinking good at this teleprompter. Like I can just see her sitting down and just knocking it out. So we're going to get ready, record all these videos for her funnel. And a really nice video can change the game. Like I've seen people run ads to a page that has a maybe older, outdated video and only swap out the video. And they're like, I'm getting leads. And it's like, that's because all of the little pieces matter. And those micro little actions that can indicate trust, like a high quality video, can make a big difference. So we're going to have those videos, and then we're going to look at her ads. We're going to look under the hood of the 2 types of ads that she's focused on, which is Google ads and Facebook ads. And I have some good little nuggets I can't wait to share with her. It's going to be so good.
It's just that restaurant owners don't have, like they don't have an office. They don't have, they're on this. Most of them don't even go on video anyways. It's me, the one on video, but I think they just want to be able to see who I am.
Which is good.
Yeah. But I've been thinking of turning it off. So should I try that for a little bit?
Let's just try it. You can always uncheck that and put it back. But I think let's try Zoom.
Okay.
And just see how it goes.
Okay. So it looks like these thumbnails are all within the same branding, but these 3 are a little bit different. Did you guys have a conversation about updating the thumbnails to different branding images? So I would just, whoever does them, just have them keep it very consistent because this looks very clean.
Okay.
And I just made a note that like if you did update the branding, just to continue with this, just for visuals.
Okay.
So your banner looks great. I love the photo. It's very clean. It tells us what you do. The only thing I would remove actually is the email and the URL, because the URL is going to be here and it's clickable. And so I think this just adds to the text, and to keep it clean, I think we can remove that part. Another thing that we look at is the name and making sure that it's SEO friendly. So if someone doesn't know Ashley Brock, but they are looking for a channel about paid ads, we have both in there.
Okay.
And so with yours, if someone doesn't know your title, but they also want to be looking for what you do, you could just add, similar to what we did with Ashley's, is a little line, and then adding in restaurant bookkeeper.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to do last 90 days in my review right here-ish. So overall, you're at 29 leads at a $288 cost per lead. As it says, 288. It's very small. I'm actually totally fine with that, but I really actually believe that this could be half that when you make these changes.
Okay.
Which would mean you would double your volume by spending the same, which means if you doubled your volume while spending the same and then increased your budget, you could get like way more demand.
Okay.
And so I just want to give you a little bit of like fun hope. So I've had so many clients that do a service-based business just like you do to book a call, and just a simple campaign like this has generated millions of dollars. I'm not kidding. When this happens, then I see your cost per click is $20. I'm like, oh my God, if we could get your cost per click down, then you could get more traffic for the same amount. So I actually want to go change all your bids right now to go down a little bit to see if we get that down to 18. Can we get it down to 15? Can we get it to 10? Because that would be insane if we could. Because you only got 8 clicks yesterday. So literally 2 out of 8 people that actually clicked booked a call, which is great. Again, I think this can be higher, and I'm going to show you why in a second. This is where the money was. I was like, this is so cool. But so bookkeeper for restaurant, you do not have that as a keyword, and that has 2 leads at $30 a lead. I know. Isn't that cool? Same thing. Bookkeeper for restaurant with an S. That one was there, $2. So we need to add bookkeeper for restaurant. And then here's another thing. You need to add a brand campaign. I'm going to build that for you in just a minute because it'll be just so fast for me to do it. But you need a brand campaign, and then you need to negate the food bookkeeper from this non-brand campaign, because we want to funnel your brand and your non-brand separately. So we're going to actually add that as a negative, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute when we do it together. All right, so we just wrapped up a really fun day with Chris at the Food Bookkeeper. So much was accomplished in a day. That's why I love these days, because it's so incredible watching just how much can actually be accomplished when you just take time to obsess over one business and one problem, one ultimate funnel, and one set of messaging. And we did that today with Chris. So we have Meredith here who helped us audit so much of Chris's social media and her website. So before you get to hear what Chris says about the day, stay tuned. Let's start with Meredith on what was maybe some of your favorite things that you found. I feel like you're like a private investigator with every account. I feel like we find little things that you're like, ooh, we could have changed this. What's something that you're glad you found? And then I guess my second question would be, what was your favorite part of the day?
So I think that my favorite part today, or when I was auditing this, was going through the funnel and figuring out what made sense from an outsider's perspective. I think it's really nice to have someone like me, or someone like Ashley, go through somebody's website that has never been a part of maybe a masterclass, and figure out what process it takes to get from point A to the final goal, which in this case is the masterclass, to end up with a call to action. And so how does that timeline and process make sense, and what points along the way can we make it more streamlined and make more sense? And so that was really cool for me to just figure out okay, I'm going to test this. I'm going to sign up for this here. I'm going to make sure that the email is sent to me. I'm going to make sure I get the Calendly link. And then my favorite part of the day was just recognizing that you're doing a really good job, and I don't think you know how well you're doing, especially when it comes to content. So what we did today was film several different videos, but what Chris doesn't know is that her videos on her website were already really good. They had B-roll, they had captions, they had all of the bones, and we just took it and tweaked it to make it a little bit more elevated.
One thing that Meredith is so good at is being able to find little opportunities to improve the process. I think sometimes as a business owner, I know this is true for me, we're like, yeah, it's set up, it's all good. If it has the email, we're good. If there is a thank you page, we're good. But there's ways that you can elevate those experiences, and Meredith is so good at finding them. She also made a really good ad today. I thought it was so good. We set up a new ad that she made today because Chris had some great photography. It was so fun. All right, Chris, drum roll. So I want to hear, I guess you got your mic. Okay, great. I want to hear, what was your overall take of the day? What was your favorite part?
My overall take was that it was amazing. I mean, just honestly, from every piece that we started with the audit of the website to going through what Meredith had said about the funnel. I mean, she took every page and they had notes on everything about my website, to my social media, what I could do better. And then the cherry on the top was the going through my ads, my Google, the ads, Meta and Google ads. So that has been huge, and it's going to be a game changer. So I'm so excited to see what can come.
Oh, yeah, it was really cool. I was going, just like Meredith, when we find little opportunities, it's like, it all seems like good news to me. I'm like, this is the whole point of having someone else with outside perspective audit your business with such detail, that you find the little things that can make a big difference. All right, so it was really cool getting to audit Chris's business today. Thank you for trusting us to do this. I feel like it was cool because so often on these days, I only meet the person in person on the day. So thank you for trusting my team and I to help you with the advertising stuff, and to just, I feel like you trusted the process so much, and I feel like we were able to create something that like aligned with you, but also had some outside feedback that I think can make a difference. So I'm thankful.
Yes. Well, I want to thank you so much, from the whole team to you, Ashley, to you, Meredith. It's been amazing. So thank you.
Oh, I'm so glad. All right, so if you do own a restaurant and you need a bookkeeper, you're going to click the link below this video. I'd love for you to get to meet Chris. She is so smart, and her team is incredible. So we'll link to her page. We'll link to her business, book a call with her team, go through the funnel. Hey, what a great experience it could be for you to go all the way through the funnel, especially if you're a restaurant, a bar, a bakery, cafe, anything like a food truck, catering business. If you have a food related business, you better click the link below this video. Otherwise, we can't wait to see you on the next video for another VIP day.